In the story Star witnessed, Star was told by someone claiming to be Solomon, the son of the King of Kings, the root of David, that we are only meant to vote for God. Therefore, don't vote for any president because a president could lead you to death by sending your children to war. So let's watch what he also has to say. Above all, we must avoid the pitfalls of tribalism. If we are divided among ourselves on tribal lines, we open our doors to foreign intervention and its potential harmful consequences. Don't forget that the Rothschilds not only helped England and the Allies, they also helped Germany and the Axis. Therefore, they work both sides of every war.
Explain that. Flat lie rule means illegitimate, not allowed on the throne. So, from the Battle of Waterloo, the British royal family lost all their money and they've been funded by the Rothschilds in exchange for breeding rights. So the Rothschilds had the breeding rights to the British royal family.
And the British royal family comes from ancient Egypt. Why? Because they are all descendants of Cleopatra.
From 1819 to 2019.
So what was the purpose of the Rothschilds needing this?
The British royal family were virtually bankrupt from 1815. So the Rothschilds funded the British royal family in exchange for the Rothschilds breeding the royals. So the whole British royal family are Rothschild Batards. And Batard is the royal name for bastard.
And they work both sides of basically every war of the 19th century. And they're down with the Vatican.
In Rome, the Pope has something called a Swiss Guard. The Swiss Guard represents the Knights Templars guarding the boss of Rome, the Holy Father, Knights Templars, international banking. If you fly over the Vatican and look down on the Vatican, you will see, for the first time, it's very obvious, the British flag. It's called the Union Jack flag. We've been double-crossed. Double-cross goes back to British banking fraternities. The Knights Templars, double-crossing the whole world. Switzerland, very interesting place. Switzerland has the Knights Templar Cross. That's why today you have organizations called the American Red Cross, Wake Up Red Cross. It's a cross of St. George. It's a Masonic Knights Templar organization that operates behind enemy lines. And you say, oh, well, the Red Cross could go behind enemy lines. Of course the Red Cross could go behind enemy lines. They are the enemy. In Rome...
Remember, most of the world has followed the Roman calendar except for 4 countries. So be careful. There's happiness that is of a monetary nature and happiness that lives forever. In other words, follow Jah. The King of Kings also said, today is the duty of all Africans to preserve and strengthen their already established African unity. Our best contribution to the ideal will be to work for and achieve cooperation and development within our own country. In other words, stay far from those bankers. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, pay attention.
To you, I discovered this guy. I'm discovering this guy.
This gentleman right here is telling me.
Yo, I went inside to get some water. I left my car out here in front of my driveway, and
You bullshit! You lie! There's no you car no more. I discovered it. You lying.
Sir, you can't discover a car.
What do you mean? It's here. It's open. I get inside. I discovered the car. It's my car now. What day is today?
Today is Columbus Day.
Okay, and what he do?
He discovered America.
Bullshit! Because somebody was already here.
Remember, they had inscriptions written in Ge'ez thousands of years before Columbus even reached this side of the world.
How are you going to discover something que alguien estaba allá? And what the first country he discovered?
He discovered Dominican Republic and Haiti first.
No, bullshit, because Pepita told me she was there already, colando café when he got there.
Hello, you know what I'm saying? Pay attention. Pay attention. Remember, the Rothschilds helped both Germany
is right in plain sight. And if you don't want Walt Disney and Disney
and
World
America
for you, I wouldn't keep watching.
Together at the same
What I'm going to try
time.
to do is connect some dots for you, but I'm going to try to do it somewhat discreetly so this video doesn't get taken down. Here.
Don't forget, the President of the United States was actually German at that time. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Again, we have a picture of Walt Disney, and he just happened to be very good friends with a certain director of that 4-letter agency that created a whole lot of rockets. And his name just happens to be right up there. Then on his tombstone, he left us a little clue, but this isn't a video about that clue. It's a video about a different type of clue. The clue I'm going to clue you in on right now, because this is a picture of something you can probably guess for yourself. And this is a certain individual that you can also probably guess. And right above him is another certain individual. Let's take a closer look. Here is our first unnamed individual. And why don't we go and see who's right above him? It just happens to be that director of that four-letter agency we all know of. So let me ask you this. If they worked closely together back then, is it possible maybe they're working close together here? Well, if you're still skeptical, why don't I show you something? Here are two said supposedly different individuals. Walt on the left, and you know who on the right. And like I said in the beginning, sometimes it's best to hide right in plain sight. Because I've done this whole thing a whole lot. And the faces don't match up this well unless they're the same. Maybe now.
Hello, we need to start waking up. Open your eyes.
You can better understand why Disney made this cartoon in 1943. Because they tell you. You just need to be paying attention. They always tell you the truth. If you're just paying attention and you don't just think it's coincidence or humor or satire, well, then you start to see the bigger picture. But of course, this is all for entertainment purposes. I know they were just buddies because he needed help with his animation for some other things he was working on. Entertainment only. I'm a satire account. Come on, people.
Wake up, open your eyes, follow Jah, not man. Jah guy.
The case come lift up, make we left your soldier. Banish the sun, come pick up the gun. Shell the gun, the sound come make guy charge them down. Like the flambo go a bush and a line city like this. Try man long.